Welcome back to Spine Ticks. You got Sith Lordly, your host here. I'm going to run you through my CGC graded Amazing Spider-Man collection. Much like my last video on the Fantastic Four, I'm going to showcase a number of books for you. Keep this short, give you a little information as to why these are key comics, and let's get it started with issue 17 going back to 1964. We've got the second appearance of the Green Goblin, one of my all-time favorite villains. Just a great representation of art there for the time. You got Stan Lee and Steve Ditko on the story and the art, and I purchased this on eBay a number of years ago. So that's the current oldest Spidey book in my collection. Let's follow that up with an iconic cover right here. You've seen this reproduced on shirts and art, etc. We got Spidey number 39 from 1966, and this is John Romita's first Spider-Man art. I was just happy, even though it's a low grade of a 2.5, that when I purchased this at my local comic book shop and submitted it through CGC, it did not come back restored. As you can see, we got a number of spine ticks and other, imperfections, but it's a well-loved book for the age, and I'm just glad it's intact, and it's a nice show-off in my collection. All right, jumping ahead here to 1967, you got a key Kingpin comic. So this is issue number 50, as you can see here. I purchased this at my local comic book shop, but from a customer who was getting out of comics, and he was given deals. So definitely happy to have this very cool, iconic red cover. You can see here, first appearance of Kingpin Wilson Fisk, who's been getting a lot of love in the MCU. And you got Stan Lee still on the story, John Romita and Mike Esposito on the art, and of course John Romita on the cover. So there you go. Now moving ahead into the 100s, we've got Morbius, Amazing Spider-Man 101, his first appearance here, just smacking Spidey down. And it's a Roy Thomas story, Gil Kane, Frank Giacoia, and John Romita cover. So, despite what you thought of that Morbius movie, he's been a cool Marvel character, and there's his first appearance. And we'll follow that up with his second appearance. So on the old CGC label and case here, you can see it says second appearance of Morbius. So we're continuing the fun with that. Again, Roy Thomas, Gil Kane, Frank Giacoia from 1971. Back to Green Goblin. We've got issue 122, the quote, death of Green Goblin during the whole Gwen Stacy situation here. The Green Goblin's last stand. I purchased this comic book raw on eBay a number of years ago, submitted it through my LCS, got back a 7.5 white pages, so I was happy for that. It's always nice when you buy a key comic and it doesn't come back restored, when you're purchasing off eBay or something like that. So this has remained one of the coolest looking covers in my collection here. And then, because from that issue to this issue, I've just got a long continuous run of raw books. But now we get to Venom, issue 300, jump into 1988, Copper Age. You got the origin and first full appearance of Venom, who to this day, right, has remained just such a popular character for Marvel. So very iconic cover. Again, some of my non-comic book audience has probably seen this represented on shirts and art, etc., pop culture. Variants on other comics, right, a lot of homages, tributes. But great to see Todd McFarlane here in all of his glory. So would like to have a 9.8, but when I purchased this at the time, prices were inflated, and just happy to have a graded copy in my collection. And even though I'm showing you graded comics, I certainly love raw books as well, and most of my collection is raw. But when you're spending a lot of money on comics, it's good to know they're not restored. We've got issue 315 here, 1989, 9.4. Again, continuing on with Todd McFarlane and Venom. So there he is, right there. And just a few more left. We've got issue 316, again from 1989. Venom right here, again, Todd McFarlane. So, just so happened I was trying to complete a slab run of Venom's keys, and that's what you're seeing. We'll close it out with the last Spidey slab in my collection, Carnage. Another iconic comic right here, 1992. First full appearance of Carnage. And you got Mark Bagley on the cover there. 9.6, so almost got the 9.8. And hey, they don't all have to be 9.8, right? But close. So there you go. There's my Spidey collection. As I mentioned with the Fantastic Four video, right? This series seems to be popular on the channel, so I'll probably start making more of these. I certainly appreciate all the views, the comments, and moving my channel forward, so your support is very much appreciated. Make sure to stop by the Saturday night live stream where me and my panelists run a nice live show, and you'll get your shout out. So until the next time, I'll catch you then. Sith Lordly out.